Well, if we look back to the beginning of COVID, I think step one is the fact that we kept our economy open. The Governor Reeves, while managing the pandemic, I think very effectively, kept the state open. And that meant for us, from an economic development perspective, we didn't lose ground. In fact, we gained ground last year. We saw a doubling in the level of capital investment that we would typically see in a year. So we saw a lot of activity in both new businesses coming into the state of Mississippi last year, as well as an immense level of expansions amongst our existing industry in the state. In fact, 80% of the economic development activity that the state was involved in last year in terms of new projects came from existing businesses. It really depends on the industry. On your consumer-facing manufacturers or consumer-facing businesses, it can be important. It's not a major topic of discussion, but when we talk to site consultants and even some companies, there have been times when it comes up, and I think overall it's very favorable to the state of Mississippi to have the flag change. Not to my knowledge, it hasn't come up as an issue. Well, I don't know specifically. They don't share their metrics with us, but I can tell from a regional perspective, the Southeast is doing very well. I would anticipate that our competitor states had probably good years as well. But that's also another way we need to measure ourselves. It's not about what we did last year or 5 years ago and comparing ourselves and doing this internal analysis. Certainly we want to do better and better, and we want our numbers to look better every year. It's part of operating our agency just like a business would operate. We want to see our metrics grow and improve. But at the same time, we can't be comparing ourselves to what we did last year. We need to be comparing ourselves to our surrounding states, our real competitors, and keeping track with their growth as well in terms of measuring our performance. I think the fact that just knowledge we were open for business, we didn't see massive employer shutdowns across the state, but we did say, I think going back to the fact that you have just the level of growth we saw in our existing industries, I think that speaks to the fact that businesses that have located here and done well because of our positive regulatory and governmental environment, a positive business climate, they took that opportunity to expand while perhaps other states had shut down and we're seeing decreased employment opportunities in their states. Right. I think it'll be an extremely positive new policy if we are to implement it. But of course, as you noted, the devil's in the details. As presented, economic developers and businesses that we've heard from, there are certainly concerns about the tax implications that could be imposed. But I think if we all work together, of course, I'm not a lawmaker, and I don't plan to be or intend to be. But I think working together, we can find that right balance to make it a very positive thing for the state, and I think that's what Governor Reeves is committed to doing.